Hey there. So this request comes from Steve Sr. over at cupofcoffee.com. Thank you, Steve, for your request and for your awesome continued and generous support of this channel. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can do so by buying me a cup of coffee at cupofcoffee.com. The link is in the description box. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And when you hit the subscribe, due to algorithm changes with YouTube, you want to hit all notifications if you want to see the videos that I put up show up on your homepage. It's Mission Souls Live. Now, Steve seems to think that they are working their chops up here prior to this recently announced tour that they have, multi-continent. And if you want to work your chops up, here's a medley that's going to do it. This is Volbeat's Doc Holliday and Breaking Benjamin's Diary of Jane put together, and this is live. So here we go. Okay, so there you have it. A couple of things I want to talk about here. Let's get into it. So, first of all, obviously live. Obviously, second of all, we have seen this stage before. There's the plexiglass surrounding ice, and we'll talk about that a little bit here later. First thing I want to say is they really stretch themselves continuously. I'm convinced at this point that there isn't anything they can't play if asked to play it. And what I mean by that is when a band stretches itself ceaselessly, when they continue to do it time after time after time, it means they're deadly serious about what they're doing and they're fully invested in the band and the music and the direction of their career. So, what have we seen here in just the 2 years that I've been on this channel? Because some of you have watched them much longer than me. But in looking at some videos of the past, all I've seen is mom and dad, kicking baby birds out of the nest. It just gets... They're a four-piece rock band at this point with 2 guitarists and at least 3 vocals. All right, I'm getting too far out in the weeds here. I could pick this apart all day, and sometimes do, and I'm sorry for that. So, perfect choice for instrumentation. You've got the telly for the high-end tone of this song right here specifically. I mean, it uses a mandolin and I think a dobro in that metal song, which blows my mind. And then the Les Paul for all the heavy thunder. And that's why I play a Paul, because I'm just a rhythm guitarist. And as a rhythm guitarist, I want to bring the thunder, right? So that the lead guitarist can fly off to the stratosphere or whatever. So we see the plexiglass here, which isolates the sound better for us, and I think that is giving us a better listen at live when Dad doesn't bring all of the home studio equipment. Okay, I said all that for us to look at this. So listen to Stacey's tone on this telly, all right? I think it's a telly. And I'm not a Fender man, so I get them confused, telly and broadcasters and etc. So listen to her tone here, how much deeper and thicker it is. So a nice match in tone between these guitars at this point, because a Fender can be very much higher tenor, more of a tenor guitar. It's the ultimate clean axe. It just is. Also notice that this Music Lab amplifier gave feedback on this Paul. That's pretty awesome. Now this is a straight ahead shot for Ice. He's just going to play a 4 count all the way through this intro. And this is what I'm going to call it. They're using Doc Holliday as sort of an intro thing. A totally separate song, front loaded onto the song that they're actually going to play all the way through. move ahead a little bit. Now, as they get to the end of this part of the medley and move into the next song, which is Diary of Jane, you're going to see Stacey. She's going to change her tone here, and you're going to hear a totally different sound coming out of her guitar. So listen to Naces doing that gent work on that bass. It's really nice.
But beside you, let me ask, would you like that? Would you like that? Don't mind if you say this love is the last time. Just let me say that I like that. Like that. Something's getting in the way. Something's just about to break. I will try to find my place in the diary of Jane. So tell me how it should try to find out what makes you tick, 'cause I lie down sore and think, do you like that? Do you like that? There's a fine line between love and hate, and I don't mind. Just let me say that I like that. I like that. Something's getting in the way. Something.
I want to see that again.
Let me say that I like that. I like that.
Look at that. What is that? Holy smokes. What does that tell you right there when you see this?
Between love and hate, and I don't mind. Just let me say that I like that. I like that. Something.
It tells you how comfortable they are on stage. Every single one of them responded to that drop. Every single one of them I don't mean it was intentionally choreographed. It looks choreographed because every one of them is responding to the music they're playing. That drop is so, I mean, it really caught my eye.
And I don't mind. Just let me say that I like that. I like that. Something's getting in the way. Something.
Neisha's got great guitar moves.
Something's just about to break. I will try to find my place in the diary of Jane. As I find another page, as I look the other way, I still try to find my place in the diary of Jane. So tell me how it should.
And you've got Neisha and Naces together just jitting the hell out of that.
I will waiting for too long. No love, there is no love. Time for anyone, whatever belong. Something's getting in the way. Something's just about to break. I will try to find my place in the diary of Jane. As I find another page, as I look.
Let's talk just for a second here and closing out about this plexiglass shield, because there was some talk about it in the comments at the last video. So I initially said that they did that this was in order to isolate the mics, and I still am sticking by that. But the setup was a little different than I expected. It is something that you do in every setup of a drum kit, whether you have a sound barrier or not. And there is, like right here, if you can see my cursor, there's a bass mic right here in the cutout in the front of the bass. And then there appears to be a mic right here, and that would probably be the one that leads to over this tom right here. And he's got a separate camera right here. But it's hard to make out whether or not there's a mic over here. I'm assuming there is because snare and hi-hat are important, right? But if you have this sound barrier, then you can, then you've got a certain amount of funnel up on the sound. And here's the two overhead mics. I think they might be a little higher than I normally see. Maybe not, maybe it's just my memory, but these are awfully high. And it's okay if they are because the barrier is keeping that sound in here. And this, if you want to look at it as its own little room, its own little booth, that's what you've got. The other thing that I thought about was, I hope they got fans back there for ice because it's got to be hotter than hell back there behind this plexiglass. Anyway, wow, let's finish out. And listen to that crowd. The crowd responds like that. They are comfortable on stage. I cannot tell you how important that is. That there's no awkwardness. There's no looking around at each other for the next move. There's just sheer command of what they're doing. That speaks volumes. So tell me what you think in the comments. I know you will. I appreciate that you do. I'm always looking forward to reading your comments. I'm so happy that you were here to watch this with me. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Mission Souls. Looking forward to that tour, right? Wow. Okay, I got to get out of here, so see you later, alligator.